Hi, I'm Michelle, and today we'll be discussing the methods that you can use to form your LLC in Indiana. We're going to be covering the steps involved in starting your LLC, the forms that you're going to need, the naming requirements, and the 5 main steps needed to actually register your Indiana LLC. I'll also be explaining the importance of having a registered agent and a very, very important term known as piercing the corporate veil. Now, if you don't know what these terms mean, you really don't want to miss out this video. The automobile sector in Indiana is one of the ones that has helped in recovering the state for unemployment. This field employment generation is so massive that it has helped more than 20,000 employees come from other states of the world. This field employment generation is so massive that it's helped out more than 20,000 employees who come from other states and work daily. All the business related to renewable energy is setting very well in the state and is appreciated by the government. Today, the state has around 6 hydro plants and about 16 biofuel plants. They're aimed at serving clean and better energy to the people. Now, you can start off your Indiana LLC by 3 methods. Number 1 is that you can do it yourself, in which case you can choose to fill out the online forms or you can send them off via mail. Number 2 is that you hire a professional service to do it for you, which is the most easy and secure method out there. And we recommend TailorBrands as the best service for this purpose. Now, number 3 is that you can go ahead and hire an attorney. Now, coming to a very important question and a very common question at that, what exactly is an LLC? An LLC is a hybrid business entity combining the corporation's characteristics with a partnership or sole proprietorship. It separates your personal assets from your business assets, and thus it gives you personal asset protection. When starting your LLC in Indiana, you mainly have to file a certificate of formation with the state and pay $100 as a filing fee. In this video, we'll be discussing option number 1 and number 2, but placing emphasis on why exactly you need a professional service to do it for you, and you have to make sure that you're doing your LLC work correctly, because this is one of those things where you cannot afford on missing out key informations or have any misunderstandings. TailorBrands is a really good and competent professional service that you can get, because forming an LLC is not just filing the certificate of formation, but it's also deciding on a name, hiring a registered agent, creating an operating agreement, and obtaining an EIN. Now, all of these can be done under one roof with TailorBrands. I'll be leaving links in the description below so you can easily go and check them out. We're now going to discuss in detail the 5 important steps that you must cover when you're forming your LLC in Indiana. The first step to starting off your LLC in Indiana is basically choosing your business name. Simple, right? Because before you name your business, you must know that the name should be easy to remember, it should be available in the state, and it should follow all the LLC naming guidelines. You can find the guidelines at startmyllc.io. The specific requirements that need to be followed when naming the company are: number 1, that your business name should be available and no other existing business in Indiana can share that name. Now, each business name is unique to its owner. Number 2 is that a limited liability company or LLC should be there as a suffix in the company name. Number 3 is that you cannot use any name for your services that is confusing or misleading. Terms such as Treasury, State Department, FBI, CIA shouldn't be included. Number 4, terms like bank, university, attorney, and doctor can be used, but after you fill out the additional requirements by the Indiana state government. So if you do not wish to file your LLC right now, but you do want to hold on to the name that you've decided, then you can reserve your name for 120 days. Now, to keep the name, you have to file out a name reservation application and pay $10 to reserve your name with the Secretary of State in Indiana. The second and highly vital step to forming an LLC in the state of Indiana is to appoint a registered agent. Now, a registered agent is an entity that will act and work on your LLC's behalf and will retrieve the important paperwork and other official government correspondence in Indiana. Hence, hiring a competent registered agent is very necessary. You have to make sure your registered agent is a resident of Indiana or has a physical street address over there. Their business address is used as the LLC's principal address in Indiana. Most LLC formation companies also provide registered agent services. TailorBrands is a great LLC setup service, and even if you buy the cheapest plan, which is around $49, you also get a registered agent service and other services at very reasonable price. Now, a key thing to note when getting a registered agent is the importance of having one and having a legit one. Because in case of any lawsuit or if you do get sued, the lawyer of the other party is going to do what is known as piercing the corporate veil. Now, most people believe that they're setting up LLCs for tax purposes, but the real reason for setting up your LLC is to limit your liability. Basically, what it does is that it creates a divide between your personal assets and your business assets. So if you're sued in your businesses, they cannot go after your personal assets. When you're the one who's being sued, the attorney who's suing you is going to start looking for cracks in your LLC. Now, this is where they pierce the corporate veil. And the first thing that they're going to check is whether you have a registered agent, if the agent is legit, and have they been filing the paperwork correctly. Third and another important step in forming an LLC is to file the certificate of formation. The Indiana Articles of Organization is a legal document needed to officially register your business with the Secretary of State. It costs $425 to file your formation certificate in Indiana. Now, the certificate of formation includes details like the name of your LLC, the registered agent's name, address, employee details, and structure of the company. Now, whether it's member managed or manager managed. Now, before you start hiring employees in Indiana, one should really know the rules and regulations around them to avoid any future conflicts. We suggest using TailorBrands to file the certificate of formation because they provide an easier way to fill out the forms without any confusions or missing of any steps. Now, if you do get stuck anyway, you can get help through their live chat and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. Fourth step is filing the operating agreement. An operating agreement is an internal document that legally outlines the proprietorship and operating procedures of your LLC. This document is vital as it ensures all the business owners are on the same page regarding how they operate, their voting power, business resolution, and so much more to help reduce future conflicts. When it comes to filing an Indiana LLC operating agreement, the state doesn't really require you to have a comprehensive operating agreement, but it is ideal to have one that contains all the details of your business operation. It's recommended that it should be done using a professional service such as TailorBrands. Since you know exactly what to do, and won't have to worry about missing out any of the details. The agreement template is drafted for a very small fee of $29. The EIN, also known as the Employer Identification Number, is a 9-digit number given by the IRS to make it easier to identify the types of businesses for tax purposes and taxes in general. Now, the EIN is necessary for any active businesses or any form of businesses for that matter. An EIN is needed when the LLC hires employees. To obtain one, you have to fill up a form which can be done online or by mail, and you submit it to the IRS. You can also get the EIN assistance through TailorBrands, who can help you out with the process. I'll be leaving the links to all the resources in the description below. You can go there and check out the options that are there and which of them fit your requirements. For now, I'll be showing you how you can file the forms using TailorBrands. So this is the website for TailorBrands. And as you can see on the website, there's an option to set up your LLC, and you can also design a logo, merch, and the website itself for your brand in case you need one and haven't really gotten around to getting it. I'm going to go into Form an LLC. Now choose the state that you're setting up your LLC in. Add your business name. You can check for the name availability here, which will save you a lot of time. Or alternatively, you can choose the method that I told you earlier by going to the business entity name search. Click on the type of services that you're offering. You'll have to pick which stage of your business that you're on, whether it's still in the idea stage or it has been set up and fully running. Choose what sort of income your brand will be. Choose whether your business will have a physical address to receive the documents, and also whether there'll be a dedicated person there who is going to receive these. Select the number of employees. Now you have to fill out the information for your business, like your name, phone number, email address. Now choose whether you want to opt for a registered agent or not. TailorBrand charges $199 annually for hiring a registered agent. If you don't have one, then I highly recommend that you get one through them, because the one thing you can't risk is not having a legitimate registered agent. You're going to need an EIN, like I discussed before, for tax-related purposes. If you don't have one, or you're overwhelmed by the process required to get an EIN, then just let TailorBrands do it for you. It's going to cost you $99. Pick if you want to file for compliance. It will cost you $199 when you do it through TailorBrands. Here you can choose whether you want to have your business branding done. If you already have things like logos, domain, and a website, then just move forward. Select if you want to speed up the process. You can form the operating agreement using TailorBrands if you haven't made one already, or you are unsure of how to proceed with making the agreement by yourself. See if all the information that you chose and entered is correct, and check the final billing as well. You can now proceed to pay for the service, and that's all you need to start and form your LLC. Now that you've created your Indiana LLC, there's still a few things that you're going to need. You need a business bank account, you need a credit card, you need to file the Indiana business permits and licenses, you need to get general liability insurance and professional liability insurance, which covers your employees, and you need to file the Indiana annual report every year. I do hope you enjoyed this detailed video on how to start an LLC in Indiana. I wish you the best of luck if you're starting off your business there. Please continue supporting our channel by liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the notification button. Thank you for watching.